Oh, alright, what do we got next? What do we got next on this humongous fucking list of videos you guys sent? Oh my god. Alright, we got how Marvel Rivals made the real Overwatch 2. Ooh, shots fired. CircleToonsHD. HD. This is 3 weeks ago? Okay, that's not bad. Like, I like how we keep flip-flopping between videos that are either like 10 years old or like a couple days to a couple weeks. We'd be flip-flopping all over the place. Oh, yeah, you like Circle 2? I don't think I've watched any of their stuff, but I can't remember. Like, I'm not subscribed to them, so probably not, maybe? I don't know. Have I watched any of their stuff before? I can't remember. I don't know if I've reacted to anything, but I also don't know if I've watched anything of theirs before. So this will be interesting. Um, but yeah, Overwatch 2, God, the fucking disappointment. Cause you guys, like, no lie, like I've mentioned, you know how Twitch recently put out that limit for how many hours of video you could have saved on your channel thing? And like I had like I think it was around just under 1700 or around 1700 hours. And I'm not gonna lie, like half of that was Overwatch. Cause no lie, when the first Overwatch came out, and shout out to Yomi and another friend of ours, like they fucking got that game for me. Like I didn't expect it. They just randomly just bought it for me one day when we hung out. And like as soon as we started playing together, we could not stop. Like I was like, and I wasn't always streaming it either, but it seemed like every day I was like streaming it either a couple hours or like 8 hour streams or something like that. It was crazy because we were just playing it nonstop when Overwatch first came out. It was addicting. And then when they started concentrating on Overwatch 2, you could tell the Overwatch 1 took a dip in basically fun, basically how it felt to play. And then Overwatch 2 released and completely, this is what really pisses me off, completely erased the original Overwatch. Like, full on erased. Like, you don't understand. I have a fucking disc copy of Overwatch 1. You put that shit in, what does it do? It downloads Overwatch 2. It's bullshit. Like, yeah, let's get into this. Let's watch this. I ranted enough. Oh
Get
shit.
off of me! Don't touch me! I'm not going back! I swore to myself I wouldn't go back to Overwatch! I'm better now! I'm reformed, I swear to God! I don't even think about team comps or alt combos. Payload, I'm just trying to pay my bills. Judge, jury, executioner! Hey, wait a second. Bastion!
I got tricked into playing Overwatch again.
Dropped in 2016, nearly 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, I heard recently that they were trying to literally make Overwatch 2 as close to Overwatch 1 as they can get away with now. Which, by the way, the only thing they changed about Overwatch and called it Overwatch 2 was basically the maps. Like, what they made some of them night instead of day and some of them day instead of night, and that was basically it. And changed how you would get the fucking loot. Like, I heard they brought back loot boxes because everybody preferred that than to the bullshit they had. It's bad.
Every single person I knew was on that shit like Junkrat to a glue trap.
Blimey.
It was new, exciting, easy to pick up, and the obvious game of the year, and boy oh boy was it damn good looking. It really was a cultural phenomenon. It's kind of unbelievable how popular and successful it was. My friends list, which for most multiplayer games would have
Yeah,
maybe
you fucked up when people were begging for loot
30
boxes.
people at once, like every single night. It was fucking crazy. It, no joke, felt like Overwatch would never slow down. Only up from here, right, fellas? Then Overwatch released it's a fake sequel, let's be honest, that was less consequential than an update that somehow had worse monetization than loot boxes. They completely gutted the PvE, barely updated anything, and then they forced you to grind for new characters, and later on reversed that change, and people celebrated as if they got something new and cool. Motherfucker, you're back where you started. If you ever want to lose your mind, look at the comment sections of like any Overwatch 2 update or like dev vlog or whatever, and see people defending it. When they announced 5v5, everyone's like, Blizzard, you're genius. Then they came back with 6v6, which is what it already was, and they're like, how do they do it? How do they come up with it? Quick editor's note. So Overwatch just announced.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I know it's mostly, like, no, let's be real, it's not just kids. It's full-ass adults with their frontal lobes fully developed, like, fully convincing themselves that these shitty games that are being farted out into the universe, like, they fully believe this bullshit that they shat out, okay? Like, they think they quote unquote fix something, but it's really just making it back to the original or how it was supposed to be or something like that to effect. Oh fuck. And it's like they praise it. Like, okay, here's another thing, like the whole Cyberpunk game. Everybody remembers when that came out, right? It was a fucking mess. It barely worked on consoles or at all. It was bad. The story felt half-baked. The whole game was just a flop, basically. It was bad. It was memed to hell and back. It was shat on left and right. Like, the whole world was united in this, except for, those few. And now there's, like, people, ever since, I think that DLC came out, I think, and, like, because it's been a little while since it released, they've done updates on it, and now people are, like, praising it, but they're acting like it was never bad. That's the problem.
They're bringing back loot boxes, and everyone's excited. Overwatch is back, baby. Could you imagine making a monetization system so bad that people are excited for loot boxes? And that's not even taking into consideration the many literal crimes and evil deeds woven into the Blizzard Necronomicon.
Oh my god.
As you all know,
not the nips.
The
we got flashed, yo.
And its subsequent bold-faced lie of a sequel, many clones and wannabe competitors have popped up like black mold.
Also, Overwatch 2, when they first announced the sequel or talking about Overwatch 2 making another Overwatch, the main selling point was having a campaign. A legit story. A legit campaign. What the And then they basically just reskinned and gutted Overwatch 1 and then erased Overwatch 1. And everybody hated it.
Constantly spreading to the source for a morsel.
I feel like this video,
so
I'm just gonna be like, 90% of it is gonna be me ranting.
Initial reception was actually pretty quiet. You wouldn't find many posts, memes, or discussions about it until the alpha beta stuff, and even then it was lukewarm at best. But I thought it looked pretty damn good with its third-person camera, team-ups, and absolutely gorgeous 10 out of 10 art style. And on the topic of team-ups, I have something I am so excited to say. I am vibrating through the floor. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon Company. international
Oh,
fame.
damn.
If you know me at all, you know I
damn.
love Pokemon. I mean, God, literally yesterday I drove to McDonald's to get some promo card packs.
Give me my shiny cardboard.
What the fuck?
So I am delighted to tell you guys about the huge new update coming to Pokemon Unite. Suicune,
One of the best visually designed legendaries ever.
is slamming in.
I mean,
You can
to be
join
fair,
Suicune's
yeah.
Glacial Stream Challenge now to snag Suicune for free. Enjoy fresh
Even
new
if you're
features
getting,
and earn a ton
even
of
if you're
dope
getting
prizes.
like
And if that's not enough to
sponsored
satiate
for
your
like a
Pokemon, you launch into
Pokemon
the brand new game mode
shit
First to
game or something,
500,
it
where
is
the
something to
timer's
be
been
bragging about.
atomized, and
Like,
you're now in a quicker,
I'm
fast-paced
sponsored by
Unite battle where the
Pokemon.
first team to score 500 points wins. Listen, I'm sure you've heard this game rules, so now's the time to jump in. Click my link in description if you're a new
Yeah, I
or
don't know.
returning player,
I
and join
haven't
me on the
heard of
field as I
Pokemon
completely
Unite,
dumpster
so.
other players as Psyduck. And thanks again to the Pokemon Company for sponsoring this one. Truly a dream come true. I thought Marvel Rivals had legit potential, and I'd even send early gameplay videos to friends, and they'd say nothing, because let's be honest, two insanely tired franchises glued into one doesn't really get the excitement pouring. Everyone was sick of Overwatch and hero shooter clones. I mean, fuck, Concord was just born and then killed a few months ago, and Marvel
God,
movies
fucking
and shows have been
Concord.
releasing faster than any human can keep up with, so as you probably felt too, the Marvel bloat was real. So I get it. I basically walked in with two of your exes and said,
Imagine if you could have both of these bad bitches.
before you could turn around in disgust, they both performed a DBZ-style fusion dance, merging themselves together into honestly a damn good game. Marvel Ravioli feels like the first ever successor to Overwatch, despite the entire industry trying for the last 10 years. And it makes sense. Who better to make a hero shooter than one of the main two dudes that basically invented heroes as a concept? We spent how much on Suicide Squad? Aesthetically, it's
Yeah,
unbeatable.
okay, it is kind of funny when you compare it to Suicide Squad. DC be taking the mills. They be taking the mills, and it's so sad because it's like, how is the best thing DC ever done was like the fucking cheap ass, barely got paid actors on the CW or whatever, like the TV shows. Like how do you get outperformed with barely any budget TV shows like that? And that's like the best. And then there's also like the anime stuff, of course, but also, to be fair, Marvel Rivals, half the battle of making interesting characters for a game was already basically done for them. Let's be real, because they literally just had to. They already had established characters with backstories and designs and character.
The stylized, harsh comic line work accompanied with the super exaggerated proportions and colors is just a constant treat for the eyes. I mean, look at it compared to the Avengers game.
Oh,
Look at Black Panther.
that fucking Avengers game, I can't.
Dude, Iron Man looks like he's cosplaying as Iron Man. Look at Hawkeye. UI elements and effects gorgeously mix 2D and 3D elements. And the character designs here as a whole are some of Marvel's best in their history. Banger after banger after banger after...
Oh, how'd you get in there, bud? God, your head looks fucking weird.
And of course, 80% of Marvel Rivals' DNA is completely and openly extracted from TF2 and Overwatch. Lucio Ball.
Yeah.
What's the payload? You mean the pile of sentient black goop? Right?
No, they're not even hiding
we
it.
call him Dr. Freaky around here.
Got soldiers, 70 Bastion, but the altar's on Star-Lord. Junk Rat Drop, the Rat Trapper, a Scroll Hole. Widowmaker, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Hanzo. Diva crashes, Hulk smash, Adam, you can Rez. Can we get a Zen? Well, I can do a Mantis. Build him up, Namor. Sky, get these slashes. Look at Magneto, he's straight up Sigma. Ferris just Iron Man. Maximum. But where Rivals truly stands out here is all the completely original heroes and abilities. The game beautifully self-breaks itself to give all the heroes a unique and almost overpowered feeling. Groot slamming down walls that heal, deal damage, and seal off entire choke points.
They're never gonna see me coming.
Or take a look at Invisible Woman, who can Dude can turn her entire team invisible and place mini shield walls to protect even mid-air flying teammates. Mr. Fantastic has lingering hitboxes on his rubber arms so you can swing around your mouse like a competitive power wash simulator player
Yeah,
and probably
Mr.
still deal some good damage.
Whatever the
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic for some reason is seen as like a DPS, but he plays more like a very diverse tank, I would say. Yeah. Is because he's actually really tanky.
hell Iron Fist is.
Honestly, he's so fucking terrifying that I barely understand his kit because I refuse to let the inner workings of the devil into my mind. And Wolverine's damage being percentage-based, so he melts tanks but sucks against DPS characters. And his entire kit wrapped around repositioning enemy formations and animation canceling his claws through combo abilities. And he also has the stupidest team-up ability where Hulk can hold him like a little baby and just straight up beam him at the enemy team. What is that? What are they doing? The team-ups as a whole here are absolutely genius and a huge reason why this game is so interesting. On release, the game came out with a little over a dozen combos, but it seems with every character edition, they're gonna add some more. And by the way, they said they're gonna add a new character every 6 weeks, and if they keep that promise, I myself will engrave the date on Overwatch's tombstone. But what we have already gives such a deep and interesting level of combination and strategy that even adding a few more over time could really shake things up. Many combos grant entire new movesets and animations, while others allow certain characters to steal abilities from allies, turn your buddies into infinite ammo mobile death lasers, and sometimes even the enemy team needs to be killed 30 fucking times. Stop resurrecting every 5 seconds, you son of a bitch! I don't so help me God, do not wrap your teammates in another mustard cocoon. It's a common feature in hero shooters to swap characters on the fly if you're getting your ass smushed
Oh my god,
in.
also, sorry, the fucking random thought just popped in my head. We're talking about Overwatch 2. When they got loot boxes, when they brought loot boxes back, I could have sworn I saw some of the like the Overwatch creators, like the streamers and the YouTubers and stuff. Like that whole community was like, "We're back, Overwatch is back," and it's like they fucking brought loot boxes back, and they're trying to make it an uglier version of Overwatch 1. You're not back, alright? They're literally trying to plug a leak with a fucking band-aid. It's yeah, that just popped in my head. I'm like, oh god.
Or if your team comp just isn't currently viable. And that's even more important and interesting here because you're not only weighing your team up possibilities, but also your total team comp as a whole within those parameters. Sometimes it's best to have certain heroes that don't combine with one another. Other times it's best to have 1 or 2 team ups at once. But learning multiple heroes so you can bounce back and forth between those combos is such a rewarding experience and gives you a lot of control, which feels super nice in any competitive game and gives the genre a new perspective. Wait, new perspective? Is this an incredibly lazy segue?
Oh my god.
Now, this really doesn't seem like a big deal, but I think it's shockingly important. There's been a few before that have kind of tried the whole third-person thing, but there's never really been anything quite like this. I really think Rivals would have struggled to make half of these characters in first person. I mean, could you imagine playing as Spider-Man?
Oh god.
I'm gonna puke up my
No.
sandwich. The decision to leave first person.
No, like, cause it's like, no. If you're like playing a Spider-Man game in like VR or something, no. Bruh, the nausea. Like, it would be unplayable, let's be real.
Allowed them to make extremely contrasty characters with vastly different movement capabilities. Playing as Spider-Man or Venom and being able to web swing a web-billion miles per hour around the map versus playing as a slow Groot or a teleporting, sword-wielding mutant feels like you're playing multiple completely different games. Wow, this game really makes you
God
feel
damn
like
it, Yomino.
this game just honestly feels like the next step in the genre. Destructible environments allow hit-scan characters to steal easy kills and fast characters to rush behind enemy lines. In some modes, you can bank your unused ultimate, so if you know you're gonna lose a round, you can come out swinging in the next. And outside of a few small outliers, the balance is actually pretty damn solid currently. Almost everyone is viable in certain situations. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. This game fucking rules. This is the most I have loved Marvel since Infinity World. Oh, shit. Infinity World. Infinity War is what I meant to say. And I haven't enjoyed a competitive multiplayer game like this since, honestly, Overwatch 1.
Don't you mean Overwatch 2?
Listen to me. No matter what they try to tell you, they're the same goddamn thing, you hear me? So, will Rivals ever reach the gargantuan heights that Overwatch did in the beginning? I highly doubt it. But I'm telling you this here and now, this is the next big thing. And
Yeah,
it'll
to
big
be
for
fair,
quite
it's
a
like when
damn while,
Overwatch came
especially if
out,
they
it was
continue
like
these massive, bombastic
it was a new
updates. The ludicrously
thing,
sized
you know?
dream list of characters they have alone is staggering. They have a Smash Bros style effect right now where everyone is begging for dozens of different characters. And honestly, the second they drop like Thanos or something, everyone and their mom is gonna be on this shit. To this day, I still can't believe Overwatch dropped as many balls as it did. Even watching Arcane pisses me off. Like, how did Blizzard never make an animated Overwatch series? We all love the character cinematics. Also, side note, Arcane is
That's why we were
undoubtedly
hoping
one
there
of
was
the
a
best
campaign
pieces
in
of
2.
animated media ever created, but I refuse to fucking play League of Legends. No amount of me sobbing at my TV propaganda is gonna turn me into a Manchurian summoner. Marvel Rivals is currently in the same position as Overwatch at launch. It's being watched by everyone on Twitch. It's decimating a bunch of records. Every streamer and creator is talking about it. The monetization is currently pretty fine, and the game is really, really fun. Competitive games are supposed to make you want to drown yourself, Buster. As long as they don't start making skins that cost $14 trillion and destroy the game with insane balance or team changes, I really think they have a long-term slam dunk on their hands. I really, truly don't see how they fuck this. No.
It's like we're just all waiting for the shoe to drop. The fucking nightmare-fueled microtransactions to just like slap us in the face, you know? We're just waiting for it. We're waiting for that. Oh, we're waiting. It's like it's so hard to be excited for games like these now because we're just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and we're just waiting for them to fuck it up in some way and ruin it for everybody forever. But it's wild. Yeah, I don't know how they fumbled so badly with Overwatch 2, because it's like, I know it was part greedy, but like what's his face? I remember he was in charge. Like he was in charge of Overwatch 1, and then he was trying to be in charge of Overwatch 2, but he was butting heads with other people working with the game or were in charge in general. But like the guy, like here on my Be Right Back screen right here, he was in charge of Overwatch, and he tried so hard to fight for Overwatch 2, but he ended up leaving because they were making it what we got, which was a mess. It fucking sucked.